Defender number 2 for the Ulster. Defender number 21, Thomas Jewel Nielsen. Midfielder number 14, Aiden Quinn. Midfielder number 7, Thomas Olsen. Midfielder number 24, Mats Björn. Midfielder number 17, Mark Severs. And forward number 9, Michael Seaton. Orange County is coached by Greg Gauthier.
The Swope Park Rangers return home, where they will be looking to stop their first losing streak in over a year. It won't be easy, though, as Orange County SC, one of the most well-balanced teams in the league, comes to Kansas City. It's 5th in the West versus 6th in the West. Next. Good evening. Welcome to Kansas City, Kansas, and thank you for joining us tonight as we are at Children's Mercy Park for this Western Conference encounter between the Swope Park Rangers and Orange County SC. Alongside Doug McLagan, I am Carter Augustine. And Doug, these are two teams that really like to possess the ball. Should be a good one here tonight.
Yeah, it should be a cracker. It's 6th position against 7th position. Neither of these teams want to lose sight of Real Monarchs. They're both good possession teams. It's going to be a cracker tonight.
Well, let's look at who will be leading the line for each of these teams. And for Orange County SC, it's a former Danish international, Thomas Olsen, up there in terms of one of the best attackers in the league.
Yeah, the boys played in the World Cup. He scored 10 goals and is leading the league with goals scored. So Swope Park Rangers is going to have to keep an eye on him tonight. This is a very good offensively minded team. They have to watch out for this boy.
And for the Swope Park Rangers, a bit of a youthful side tonight, including two kids making their professional debuts, Sebastian Cruz and Johan Rad.
I love it. It's fantastic. Nothing like throwing them in the deep end against a very, very experienced Orange County team. But I'm sure they'll come out swimming and they'll do a great job.
Should be a really good one on hand here this evening as these two teams battle for playoff position in the Western Conference. We're past the midway point of the USL season. Stay tuned. We've got kick coming between the Swope Park Rangers and Orange County SC. Welcome back to Children's Mercy Park, where we're getting ready for kickoff between two Western Conference teams in playoff positions as we have passed the midway point in the 2018 USL season. And let's start with the team currently in 5th place, the visitors, Orange County SC. 3-0 winners just this past Saturday at home over San Antonio. And Doug McClagan, they are unchanged. I guess when things are going well, why change it?
Why would you? Absolutely. Things are on fire with them right now. They're scoring goals left, right, and center, and they're not giving much away either, so why change indeed?
Yeah, 4th in the league in goal scorers, some goals up front for this Orange County SC team. Meanwhile, for the Swope Park Rangers, they're on the back of their first losing streak in over a year, and there's 6 changes from the 2-1 loss at Portland last Saturday, as well as in come Amir Didic, Brian Rebellon, and Darren McLeod along the back line. And it's a youthful midfield with Sebastian Cruz and Jahan Rad, as we mentioned, making their first professional starts in midfield. Carlton Belmar is another boost into the lineup for this team with Paulo Nagamura. There is Paulo Nagamura making 6 changes, we just said, to that team. And Doug McClagan, maybe some fresher legs for Swope Park Rangers with this wholesale changed lineup from this past Saturday. Yeah, well, it's opposite to Orange County. Things are going well for them. Things have not gone great in the last 2 games. So when things aren't going right, you've got to change a few things. And he's changed the lineup tonight, and hopefully he'll come out on the right end, and we'll have a good performance tonight. Orange County SC gets us started here, as they'll be traveling from left to right in this first half, wearing the all-white with orange trim. Meanwhile, for the Swope Park Rangers in their traditional home blue on blue, from right to left in this first half, as we have the 5th place team in the West, Orange County taking on the 6th place team in the West. Just 2 points separate the teams at the moment. And these are 2 teams, Doug McClagan, that are in the top 5 in terms of possession in the league. Swope Park Rangers 1st, Orange County SC 5th.
Yeah, both coaches stamp on the style of playing out of the back and possessing the ball and keeping the ball as long as you can. And we've got 2 teams that are going to be doing the exact same tonight, so should be interesting to see which team's going to be successful.
Quickly started here on the restart from Orange County, as there is the new man in goal for Orange County, Luis Lopez, on loan from LAFC. Of course, big signing in the offseason for LAFC. Just loaned out to this Orange County team, making his 2nd consecutive start. So we'll have to keep an eye on the goalkeeper for Orange County this evening, as they're making a good move into the box here, and already inside 2 minutes have the first corner. Aiden Quinn getting involved early on.
And say Aiden Quinn's played every game of the season so far. In fact, they came up with a stat of 1,269 passes. He leads the league. So I think you're going to see him feeding the ball a lot to those forwards.
Here he is to take this first set piece of the game as well. Left-footed outswinger up towards the 6, and Jidic is there to head it only as far as Chaplow. But here come the Swope Park Rangers. Some room for a counter, perhaps. A good ball from Belmar, finds Blackwood. But Chaplow cleaning things up for Orange County, and they'll avoid that quick Swope Park Rangers counter.
It was a shame they couldn't keep possession there, because they had some bodies flying forward, almost like 6 or 7 of them charging down that field. But unfortunately couldn't keep possession, so it broke down.
We've seen from the Swope Park Rangers, they like to keep the ball, but they are lightning fast in transition as well. They have that counter ability. Here come Orange County, some good possession early on. As I mentioned, Orange County in that 3-0 win at home this past Saturday over San Antonio, with this man, Luis Lopez, Buba, as he's called, the Honduran international, getting his first appearance of the season. He started the year with a bit of a leg injury for LAFC. You see him working his way back. There's a lovely diagonal over to the right-hand side. Mark Segbers looking inside for Quinn. Barnathan was there. This time, Rangers to try and keep it with Belmar, but some pressure from Michael Seaton forces the wayward kick from Darren McLeod, who is making his first start since June 17th. The big man in the back, one of the 6 changes in Paulo Nagamura's side here this evening. There's a run into the channel, and Jidic coming over to cover. He's going to try and shield this one out of play, and it goes all wrong for him. No, it doesn't. Just about gets it done there, Amir Jidic.
It looked like he had a problem then. It almost looked like a corner kick, but obviously the referee was a little bit closer, so he had a better view than us. And this is what's going to be interesting. Both teams are going to play out from the back. So how are both teams defensively going to approach that? It looks like Orange County are going to high press Swope Park Rangers out of the back, and that could cause some problems.
Here they go again with that pressure. That's Bierman applying it to the goalkeeper, McLeod. Spot on, Doug, is Orange County starting with this high press on the road. It is 85 degrees that kick here, but certainly not as bad as it could be in Kansas City over the past couple of weeks.
Last couple of weeks it's been horrible.
Yeah, sure has.
So this is a really cool night tonight, I guess.
Certainly in comparison to the almost 100-degree weather we've been getting here. Jidic again with the header. There's Jahan Rad, part of a all-SKC Academy midfield for the Swope Park Rangers here, but he turns it over, and here come Orange County. There's that man, Aiden Quinn. You called it, Doug. He's up there, tops in the league in passing. He's up there in many statistical categories in the USL, having a fantastic year, Aiden Quinn. He gets that shot away. He's in the team of the week for his performance last week as well in that win over San Antonio. He's the main man, it seems, for this side.
Yeah, I think you're going to see him feed in Enna Voltson and Seaton up front. And again, like I said, the big thing we're going to see from Swope here is how good are they at the back under pressure, because it's quite obvious that Orange County are coming after them, and they're sending 4 or 5 players immediately on the fullback. So it's how they handle the ball and how they break down that pressure. And if they can, they're going to cause some opportunity at the other end. But if they don't, it could cause some problems in front of their own goal. So we're going to see how that turns out.
First foul of the game goes against the Rangers. Our referee, Luis Guardia, judging to have seen a high boot. So Orange County again try and build from the back here. Well handled there. Thomas Jewel Nielsen is looking for Michael Seaton as well to take that off the thigh. Barnathan steps in with a challenge for the Rangers, and they have possession back. Here is Jahan Rad. It's Rad and Sebastian Cruz making their first professional starts. Doug, what type of things will be going through the mind of these young 17-year-olds out on the pitch tonight?
Well, I'm sure they'll, to start off with, they'll just want to make the simplest pass possible, and each pass will build confidence. And once they build that off of a few passes, then they'll start to open up and relax and enjoy themselves. Because that's what they've got to do in the end. They've got to enjoy themselves because they're obviously very good players. And once they get through those nerves, the first few, probably 5-10 minutes, then they'll be fine.
They're joined in midfield by Felipe Hernandez, who tried to step there, but Chaplow does really well to get it out under the pressure. Looking for the run, though, we're Orange County and Mark Segbers, and he just couldn't quite catch up to that one on this near-hand side.
Like I said, one of the problems for the midfield, our young midfield, is going to deal with the experienced midfield of Orange County. They've got some very experienced players, so it's going to be a good challenge for those two kids tonight.
Yeah, Felipe Hernandez, the old head in midfield at just 20 years old.
Yeah, 20 years old, the old head.
He'll be looking to his experience over the past few years for this Swope Park Rangers team. And you mentioned it, Doug. Average age for Swope tonight, just over 22. And it's 26 for the visitors because they have some experienced players like Richard Chaplow, like Thomas Enevoldsen. But here's one of the experienced players for Swope Park Rangers, Carlton Belmar, charging into the area. Just about get it away to Orange County. You see the danger that Carlton Belmar possesses. He has 9 goals in his 10 games coming into this one for the Swope Park Rangers.
Yeah, he's going to be a big weapon for us tonight. You know, we say Enna Voltson has got 10 goals, but he's got his in 19 games. Carlton Belmar has him in 10 games, and he has 9 goals. So hopefully he'll be scoring, because it's almost like a goal a game for him, whereas Enna Voltson, it's a goal every 2 games. So hopefully Carlton Belmar will come on top for Swope Park Rangers today.
Goal every 100 minutes. So didn't score in his last game for the Rangers. So we expected him to get one here this evening.
Yeah, that is not a bad rate at all. For a center forward, that's pretty incredible.
Not bad at all. Carlton Belmar back in the lineup for this Swope Park Rangers team this evening. Of course, on that 2-game losing streak, that includes a home loss, which you don't see with the Swope Park Rangers. Almost went a whole year without losing at home before July 10th, this game against Sacramento. 3-1 losers here at Children's Mercy Park, so they'll be looking to correct that home form. They've been so good at home over the past season, 2 seasons.
Yeah, this year they're 5-1-1, I believe, and yeah, that was kind of a shock. And you know, 3-1, you look at it and you think, whoa, that was a beating. But you know, they'll be back at home and they'll be back comfortable and hopefully get back on track here with a win tonight and continue that home stretch of theirs.
Of course, Cameron Iwasa being named Player of the Week in the USL for his efforts with Sacramento here at Children's Mercy Park last week. Former Swope Park Ranger doing the damage for Sacramento in their victory. There is one Swope Park Ranger, former Swope Park Ranger, not here tonight for Orange County. It's a bummer not to see Christian Duke, who played every game of the first 2 seasons for the Swope Park Rangers in their back-to-back USL Cup finals these past 2 years.
Yeah, it's a huge shame. He was captain during those 2 back-to-back tournament shows there. But yeah, it's disappointing. I believe it was a broken nose has kept him out. Would love to see him play tonight, but unfortunately, that's not the case.
There's a good spell of possession for Christian Duke's Orange County SC. Bierman getting it back. Oh, it's a great ball forward. He's offside. Is Segbers there? Disappointing end to some nice build-up play from Orange County. Select is the official soccer ball of the USL. For the latest Select products and special offers, please visit www.selectsportamerica.com. Receive free shipping on orders over $50. Luis Guardia didn't like the position of that particular free kick, and Darren McLeod gets away with one there. His wayward pass just about right into the path of Mark Segbers.
Yeah, he got a little lucky there. Fortunately, I think Segbers was shocked that it came to him, so his touch wasn't very good, but yeah, got away with the little one there. The retake for the goal kick was because the ball didn't leave the penalty area. Oh, here comes another one.
This time it's Jidic giving it away, and Orange County streaming forward. Plenty of white shirts in attack. Quinn trying to squeeze it through, and there's good backtracking from the youngster, Sebastian Cruz. And now here he comes down the left-hand side for the Rangers. Finds Belmar. Wide left. He's going to look to change the point of attack with a lovely cross-field pass. Blackwood settles it down, and after some nervy moments in the back, the Rangers advance it past the halfway line.
Yeah, and here's what Swope will want to do, because most of the possession right now has been with Orange County. I think you want a little session here where they keep the ball 15, 20 passes, knock it around, pull Orange County around a little bit instead of the other way. And that looks like that's what they're doing.
Marr gets it into Wilson Harris. He finds a good ball for Belmar. Looking for the back post. Blackwood's there. Oh, that's a great chance for the Swope Park Rangers, just over from Tyler Blackwood.
Well, that was a wonderful ball in there, and that skill to volley a ball is not easy in that position. I mean, just look at the way he just floats it in. That is tremendous technique, and I didn't miss by much.
There's the 2 senior statesmen for this Rangers team. Carlton Belmar, 25 years old, playing it for Tyler Blackwood, 26-year-old. As you mentioned, difficult technique to get that one down, dropping from the sky, but some better stuff there from the Rangers after a nervy opening 10 minutes.
Yeah, not bad at all. In fact, you know, that's a tough strike to do, but, you know, it was to last minute, because for all he knew, he thought the defender was going to head it. So last minute, you see him miss it, and you've still got to concentrate and get that technique.
Biermer through for Seaton, and he puts it in the corner. Orange County take the early lead.
Well, somehow that ball got split through the back 4 and it just tucked it away at the far post. Very good finish by Seaton. Here's a replay on it. Yeah, just a beautiful split pass. Great diagonal run in there by Seaton. And Swope Park Rangers, the player, try to hold him off, but Seaton's just too strong. Tucks it away. That's a beautiful finish. And not a good start for Swope Park Rangers.
Michael Seaton gets his 5th goal on the season. How about a word for Mats Bjornman there in midfield? Picking up a good area on the pitch, wasn't he there, Mats Bjornman? And he had the pass to match as well.
Yeah, beautiful penetrating pass, and there was nothing the defender could do. It was just put in the correct spot, and the run was perfect. And unfortunately for Swope Park Rangers, the finish was perfect too.
Orange County SC lead by 1-0-0. Michael Seaton getting on the score sheet, the former DC United and Portland Timberman. Such a hugely talented prospect. Here's a risky back pass, but Luis Lopez was alert to the danger. He's looking for Seaton. Mirjic is going to win most of those aerial duels. Nothing given by the referee. Here comes Seaton streaming the other way. Lining up a shot, takes a deflection. He'll be out for another corner for the visitors, their second of the game.
He's kind of lucky there to get deflection. He was on his own against about 5 defenders. Probably thinking the rest of the team thought he should probably turn around, drop the ball back and keep possession, but he had a go at goal and got a corner kick out of it, so good for him. And here's another opportunity for Orange County to get on the scoreboard here.
Aiden Quinn. And with that left foot, this one to the back post. Headed back into a dangerous area, but over the head of everyone involved, and just smashed clear by Wilson Harris. Orange County contour just slowing things down. Well, look out, because the Rangers have some numbers forward here. Belmar, right side of the area, trying to stand one up. He's headed just clear of the box, and Quinn with a really good out ball. Orange County now again looking for the speed of Seaton, and he is onside. Michael Seaton all by himself here into the area. Seaton gets his eyes up. Quick little step over. Still Seaton gets a shout, edge of the area. A sliding challenge, but this was onside for Quinn, who tries an acrobatic attempt on goal, blocked by Jidic. But the speed of Michael Seaton causing problems here for Orange County.
Yeah, the good thing for Swope, he's so quick that when he got through, nobody else was with him. He was completely on his own, so he had to do it himself. And it wasn't for about 15 seconds until he got any support up there from Evolton. So, yeah, they've got to watch him. He's a big boy, he's fast, he's strong. He's going to cause some problems up here. And they're looking for him nice and early, too. So the back four of Swope are going to have to be on their toes and keep an eye on him. He is causing some problems.
Caused some problems for San Antonio in their 3-0 win over San Antonio FC last Saturday. He's continuing his little run of form here. So the Rangers, how do they respond? Really, after their first good attack of the game, they went up the other end of the pitch and conceded. Seaton, his touch doesn't go the way he wanted to, but he's able to get onto it. Out-muscles Jidic. Seaton again off the post. Boy, is he feeling it.
Wow. Yeah, Didic's going to have his hands full tonight. That was just showed so much speed and so much strength on the ball, because Amir was the goal side of him. Then the next second you turn around and he's 2 yards past Amir and just hit an absolute rocket against the woodwork there. But yeah, we've already said it once and saying again, they're going to have to keep an eye on that boy. He is quick and strong.
Looking for Segbers. There was Quinn. He didn't quite get his accuracy right on the pass. Jidic, he's got his hands full in his return to the lineup. Missed the last 3 games through injury. Amir Jidic wearing the captain's armband here this evening for the Swope Park Rangers. Barnifon finds a good pass inside. First time flick, well read in the back by Jewel Nielsen, but kept in by the Rangers. Here's Hernandez. Switching the play to Belmar. It's a tough take off the knees, but he's done excellently. Carlton Belmar. Trying to get it onto that right foot. Deflected cross. Belmar just upset with himself there. He had some blue shirts in the area. Good pressing work, though, by the Rangers. And look at that first touch from Harris. Oh, he thought he had Blackwood running in behind, and it winds up into the arms of Luis Lopez.
Yeah, it was a nice little idea from Harris, and Blackwood was making the move, but it just wasn't making it quick enough into that space. But beautiful little flick from Harris. And so that's a good little spell there for Swope, because they kept the ball 15 to 20 passes. They just got to be patient in that final third and wait for that right time to feed.
Here come Orange County again. Aiden Quinn back to Richard Chaplow, the captain tonight for Orange County. Vastly experienced, of course, Richard Chaplow, starting out at Burnley. There's a good first-time pass, and it's found some space for Mark Segbers. Just sauntering onto this one, sizing up his opponent 1v1. Segbers into the box. Strength from Marr, and he denies the service into the area, but it'll be the third corner kick of the game for Orange County.
Yeah, they're finding some holes down this kind of right side, or sorry, left side of Swope Park Rangers, and Segbers is in the game quite a lot. We're seeing it more on the right side than the left for Orange County. So another good ball there for Segbers, and unfortunately he was one-on-one, but got a corner out it. And here's another opportunity fed from Quinn.
Quinn, service again, finds a man on the back post into a dangerous area. McLeod just about gets a punch to it. Needed all of his 6'3" frame there, Darren McLeod. Cruz trying to help it on for Blackwood, who is strong in the challenge, but he'll go back now with Luis Lopez.
There's one Cruz might want to get back, because, you know, under the pressure they are under right now, that might have been a good time just to turn around, drop it, and keep possession, and move the ball around. Because right now, and I don't know the stat for possession, but it just seems like Orange County's got the ball a little bit more, and when they've got it, they've played some deadly passes in behind our back four. I think it'd be a good period here for Swope to knock it around, get the confidence on the ball back. They're still in this game. There's plenty of time left. They just need to get on that ball, move it around, and be patient, pick their time to attack against Orange County.
There's a foul there against Orange County that allowed the Rangers maybe to catch their breath a little bit. The wayward pass from Brian Rebellon, who is also making his first start since that 4-1 loss at Fresno on June 17th alongside Darren McLeod. He'll be hoping for a better defensive output here at home. They already trail by a 1-0 thanks to Michael Seaton's 5th of the season for Orange County. Here come OCSC again. He's finding good areas, Mats Bjurman. Now he'll try and streak in behind Bjurman. He's well worked through the center of the pitch. The final ball just a bit too heavy. McLeod could come out and smother it.
Yeah, they're finding joy in the center midfield, and they're finding gaps, spaces in between the center backs, and they're just penetrating very well, and coming with the penetration, some really good runs off the ball. They're going to have to tighten that midfield up a little bit, the young boys are, because there just seems to be a little bit too much space for the center mids to feed that ball through those gaps.
Yeah, that's an intriguing battle to watch, as 17, 17, and 20-year-olds in the middle of the field for SPR against Richard Chaplow, 33, Mats Bjurman, 24, and Aiden Quinn, who's on fire at USL this season. And prime of his career, 26 years old. Blackwood trying to slip it back for Cruz. Defended nicely by Kevin Alston.
Quite honestly, it's exactly what you're saying. It's the experience that's beating the youth right now. But you know what? That's how you learn, okay? And they're going to get through this period, and they're going to learn what they need to do to fight up against that experience. And, you know, they'll get there.
Some rain starting to fall on the pitch now. Just a little bit here in Kansas City, Kansas. Luis Lopez back with Richard Chaplow, who is just getting started on his story. Started with Burnley. His family were season ticket holders at Burnley for 15 years before he joined the academy at age 7, then progressed to make his debut at age 18. What a dream story that had to be for a Burnley family through and through.
Fantastic, all the way back, and I'm assuming they still play at Turf Moor. But yeah, I remember those days when Burnley was, you know, playing some great teams those days, and they're back playing those strong teams again. And you can just see the experience that he carries here. He just looks like he knows exactly what he's doing every time he gets the ball.
There's another experienced man, Kevin Alston, with his head to the sky as he couldn't control that pass. Over 170 appearances in MLS for New England Revolution and Orlando. 10th overall pick in the 2009 MLS Super Draft.
Well, can't keep on mentioning, but the experience that you keep on bringing up with the players and the youth that the Rangers have, it's going to be a tough game tonight for them to get through this, but it's going to be a great experience for these young players.
Of course, plenty on the line here in terms of the Western Conference as well, as Orange County, Tyler Blackwood just being fouled there by a couple of white shirts. Orange County currently 2 points ahead of SPR, 5th in the West. They've been impressive away from home as well. 5-4 this season, Orange County, with no draws on the road.
That's impressive. What really impresses me about them is they've scored a bunch of goals. You said they were leading 4th in the league with goals. They've not given up much. They are actually goal difference of +17.
Fantastic in terms of goals allowed, 3rd in the league with only 15 goals conceded on the season. Just a very well-balanced team, this Orange County SC side, led by Coach Braden Cloutier,
who's also a Wichita, Kansas kid.
Returning to his home state.
There he is, right there.
Of course, long-time MLS career for Cloutier. 1997 draft pick for the Metro Stars. Got his starts over in Germany with Hamburg for a couple of seasons before coming back to MLS. And he's getting a shot here with Orange County after a wonderful career with the PDL side, Orange County Blue Stars, where he coached guys like Kai Kamara and Sasha Kleshtin. Not a bad CV there.
Yeah, not bad at all.
Players like that. His side lead by a score of 1-0 here in the early stages in his return to Kansas. And they've done really nicely to break the press there. Quinn just trying to draw into the defender. He slides it wide right for Alston.
Sugba's wanted that ball played a little bit early, but I think if he would have played, I think he may have been a yard or so offside. So I think Quinn was right to hold on to it.
How about that for a strike from Enevoldsen?
And he's been quiet tonight. That's really the first thing he's done, but you can see when he gets the ball, he can be extremely dangerous. That was a beautiful strike. Good save by the keeper.
Yeah, we've got a nice golden boot battle on our hands tonight. Enevoldsen tied for the league lead with 10 goals. And like you said, he'd been quiet up until that point, but doesn't take much for this man to get involved in the game.
Yeah, we're 20-odd minutes, 25 minutes into the game, and that's really the first thing he's done. But you can see the class he carries. Obviously, you know, he's a World Cup. He's played in the World Cup, so he's obviously played at the highest level, and you can see how dangerous he can be. So the Rangers will not want to see him on the ball for maybe another 25 minutes.
Here go the Rangers. They can break through this Orange County press this time, and Cruz eating up the space in midfield. Cruz onto his right. He has a go, and straight down the middle. Easy grab for Luis Lopez, but Sebastian Cruz with a long run forward. Carrying it from his own half there.
Yeah, I'm okay that the youngster actually, you know, a lot of young players may have thought, well, I better pass it, but he was confident to go in all the way and hit the thing and hit it well. Unfortunately, went straight at the keeper, but that's good to see. He's obviously building up his confidence as the game goes on, and we're going to see more from him, I think.
17-year-old from Fresno, California. It's his 5th appearance. He only had 4 sub appearances for a total of 71 minutes coming into this, his first professional start. Here he is, dropping deep to get on the ball again.
And I think the more touches he gets on the ball, just the better he's going to get. Just the more comfortable he'll be, and we're going to see lots from this kid, I guarantee it.
It's a wayward pass from Dakota Barnathan, allowing Orange County to regain possession. Here is Chaplow. Started with Burnley, played with West Bromwich Albion, Preston North End. Of course, a long time with Southampton, as well as Millwall, among other clubs. And a bad resume for Richard Chaplow, and he's found the feet of Michael Seaton, who takes a seat on the ground after he was fouled by Dakota Barnathan.
Took a little nudge, fell to the floor. Definite foul, that's for sure.
Chaplow out wide left for Lusulansa. Rebellon charging into midfield. on the feet of Cruz, who just tried to stand it up for Blackwood, but Alston read that the whole way. Now Sekbers just coming all the way back into his own penalty area, trying to keep possession through Lopez. You can tell this Luis Lopez, he likes the ball at his feet under an international.
He's very comfortable with the ball at his feet, and obviously they play a possession game, so fits their mold for sure. But yeah, he looks very good on the ball, because he had that pass earlier on that was a little sketchy, and he didn't panic at all. He knew exactly what he was doing. So always good to have a keeper that's very good with their feet.
Of course, Orange County without Andre Rawls, who has been having a wonderful season for Orange County for an injury a few weeks ago. He was 5th in the league in saves, but perfect timing to team up with their affiliate, LAFC, bring the 11-time capped Honduran international, Luis Lopez, on loan. Got a shutout in his first USL appearance in that 3-0 win over San Antonio on Saturday.
So we've got the Rangers camped in the attacking half here, which is good to see. So knock the ball around. Can we stretch Orange County out, create some gaps? And if they're not on, keep the ball, be patient. But if they are on, then you look to penetrate. And that's the difference between the two teams so far. The penetration of Orange County has been better, no question.
This time, Jidic standing it up in the corner. And then Rebellon was trying to get around Owusu-Ansah, and actually did go off Contour Owusu-Ansah, so it'll be out for the first corner kick of the game for the Swope Park Rangers.
So a good opportunity.
Looked like Contour Owusu-Ansah had just done enough to play it off a player, but oh yeah, there's a good spot there.
Did it catch him on the way back?
I think it caught him on the knee there.
Wow, I couldn't even catch that, so well done by the linesman. I never saw it, but I've been told I've been blind as a bat too.
This one takes a deflection at the near post. Oh, that's not far off there from Jahan Rad. Just sprinting towards the edge of the area to pick up the loose change there, the youngster.
Yeah, see, he took that very well. That's kind of like on the half volley. Took it very well. It was just climbing as he struck it. So, I mean, he'd love to get his knee and chest over the ball, but that's not a bad strike from the youngster. He would have loved that one to go in on his first pro game as starter, and a goal. That would have been tremendous for him.
Yeah, his first start, Jahan Rad, after making his first appearance in that home game on July 10th in Sacramento. Played 35 minutes as a sub in that one, and he's back for his second appearance. Here's another through ball straight down the pipe, and this time Seaton is offside. Danger, danger for this Swope Park Rangers back line.
Yeah, offside by a yard, but the boy they got to watch is this Aiden Quinn, because Aiden Quinn is sitting in between midfielders. He's sitting in that gap, and when that gap gets penetrated, he turns and he delivers real quick. And that was, the timing was off maybe by half a second, and Rangers were a little bit lucky he was offside there.
Rebellon to the back post, and Lopez does a good job of bringing that one in.
That's great goalkeeping there. You can see why he's on the national team. He just, it looked like he was taking an apple off of a tree. Absolutely fantastic.
It was only 24, Lopez, but he made 124 appearances for Real España. Already vastly experienced in club soccer. Well, the USL's official Twitter feed keeps you up to date with news, live game updates, and highlights from around the league 24/7. Follow @USL on Twitter. Hernandez flick is well intercepted, and then that's a good ball for Quinn. First time over to Sekbers, who's in plenty of space, just inviting the overlap here from Quinn, and he gives it back to Quinn. Squares it across. And they look dangerous, Orange County SC, when they are sprinting forward in attack.
Yeah, and the biggest problem there was the turnover, transitional turnover by the Rangers. They cannot afford to give the ball up in midfield, not with the likes of Quinn. Quinn just played a 5-yard pass and then like a 60-yard overlap, and that's going to be a problem if they continue to do that.
There it is right there. Look at that pass from Quinn, as you just mentioned, Doug, and the effort to get around as well. You can tell why he's had such a great year for this Orange County team, and as I mentioned, team of the week for that game against San Antonio FC. Some space now for Parker Marr on the underlap. He's got Cruz, who's into the area now. Cruz just trying to drop it back for Belmar, but Chaplow read the danger well. And then Jidic towering over Seaton to win that header. Brian Rebellon. Again, the Rangers with everyone inside the attacking half.
Just need to knock it around. I'm sure Orange County is quite happy sitting in there and just closing the gaps and not letting them in between them.
Patient build-up from the Swope Park Rangers.
And this is the man I'd like to see a little bit more on the ball, Carlton Belmont. His last 10-15 minutes, we've not seen him at all, and he is so dangerous for the Rangers.
Rebellon with the cross. Harris trying to contend with that one. He just gets a touch to it. Can Marr keep this in play? He can't. And looks like we have a player down for Orange County. I think Richard Chaplow, the captain, just struggling a bit. Right on the edge of the area here.
Looks like he's stretching a calf. Maybe, could it be a cramp this early in the game?
Well, they did just play on Saturday. This entire 11 for Orange County. No changes made by Braden Cloutier to his starting lineup, but he might have to make an early substitute change here in this one.
So yeah, it looks like it could be a cramp, unless he's pulled a muscle in his calf. But if it's a cramp, then he'll be fine eventually. But they're very painful, I can tell you that, just from experience.
Richard Chaplow making his 7th start of the season, his 12th appearance overall. Out of Accrington, England. 33-year-old struggling here in the early stages. What would Braden Cloutier be telling his team here on this improvised huddle on the sideline?
Well, I'd just be continuing to do what we're doing, or what they are doing, and that's finding gaps in the midfield and then penetrating that back four as early as possible, because they definitely got the speed up front in the middle, that's for sure. And Segba's on the right is also going to a problem with speed, and we have not seen Veltson in the game really yet. So, you know, there's more to come from him. So continue what you're doing, penetrate the midfield, penetrate the back four, because they're going to create more opportunities, that's for sure.
You got it. Yep. Okay. You got a full hydrant.
Change here for Orange County early on. Sounds like Ami Pineda is going to check in for Richard Chaplow. So there goes a bit of experience in the midfield for this Orange County team, and they have to make a first half substitution.
Well, that's not good news for Orange County. I don't think, not with the massive experience that Chaplow has, and he was just looking like a man playing with the boys out there. It was just tremendous. But then it's good news for the Rangers. We'll see how Pineda does in that spot there. But yeah, that's kind of early in the game to come off. Hopefully that's not a bad injury, and maybe it's just, like you said, they played on Saturday. Maybe it's a bit of cramp, and maybe he just needs to rest.
Ami Pineda checking into the game. Just his 4th appearance, 1 start, 2 sub appearances, only 96 minutes this year. He made 15 appearances for Orange County last season, the Santa Ana native, but he's got a big job on his hands here to try and come in this game and catch up with the speed of play. Now we'll see how that battle for midfield takes any turns for either of these sides with the change early on for Orange County.
Well, it looks like a straight swap. He's pretty much playing the position Chaplow was playing. So, you know, straight swap, nothing's changed for the rest of the guys. So he'll just fit in that and continue with his job. Here goes Belmar.
Belmar from Barnathan, cutting into the right. His last touch just a bit too heavy. Allowed the Orange County defense to nip in. Speaking of nipping in, there's Rebellon just in the blind spot of Enevoldsen, and he takes it away. Hernandez lining up to shoot. He fakes the shot instead. Blackwood now just trying to find the feet of Harris, but excellent defending by Walker Hume. How about that first touch from Seaton? And referee tried to play advantage there, eventually calls back for the foul on Dakota Barnathan.
Yeah, he had hold of his shirt and holding on to him, so, but a great first touch. And if he would have got to that ball, which he almost did with his speed, then I'm sure the referee would have let him play on, but unfortunately he didn't get there in time, so yeah, the whistle for the foul.
Good sportsmanship there between the two teams, but Dakota Barnathan, not the first time we've seen him grabbing at Michael Seton.
He tried to grab him on that first goal, but Seton was so strong and so quick, he couldn't get a grip.
And anything to slow down the speedy Jamaican forward from Spanish Town, Jamaica. That's what I was trying to say. 14 Jamaica caps as well for Michael Seton. Still just 22 years old as well, Seton. Here he is checking deep to get on the ball. He's found the feet of Quinn. Segbers again one-on-one with Marr. And Quinn was looking for the return, but Segbers didn't oblige with the run.
Yeah, it was a good idea, but like you said, Segbers stopped for some reason. Probably didn't think he was going to get it. If he would have continued, it would have been a beautiful ball and he would have been in. But I think at one point he thought, he can't get that to me. But don't be so shocked. It looks like Quinn can get the ball anywhere he wants.
Yeah, it was one of those where it looked like Quinn was trying to deceive the defense, right, by saying he wasn't going to pass it back there. Maybe he deceived his own player.
Yeah, I think it was one of those passes that nobody thought he could get there. But like I said, he can get the ball lots of places. Just saw there, that's a beautiful ball out there.
He's really into the game here, Aiden Quinn. Here he is on the right-hand side. Just keeping it in play. He's got Cruz for company, so he'll play it back now. And Orange County just moving it from right to left. Here's the newcomer, Pineda, trying to get on the ball. Exchanging a few passes. Closed off by Blackwood, but he does well to keep the ball. And Evoldson finds space for Owusu Ansah. First time cross. And Marr just hoofing it over to the right-hand side. It does drop to the feet of Hernandez. He's trying to go one-on-one with the newcomer Pineda. In the end, he'll earn a throw and a chance now for the Rangers to take a big sigh. Again, a big spell of possession there for Orange County.
Yeah, they do it so well, and that can't be the difference tonight. Is Orange County just keeps the ball so well, and anytime they can't go anywhere, they just turn around and they keep it moving. And that's tough when you don't see the ball and you've got to chase all the time. You're right, they've got a little break there because the ball went out of bounds. There's a lot of chasing going on. I would like to see more of the Rangers have the ball at the feet and let Orange County do a little bit of chasing.
Here is the visitors with the ball. Again, Seton, good hold-up play, and he's found Pineda in plenty of space.
The good thing here is dominant as there's a quick turnover in midfield, as dominant as the possession's been and as dominant as Orange County's been, it's still only 1-0. And so the Rangers are still in this game. They just need to be patient, keep it at this score here, and maybe they can change some things up for the second half.
This time Belmar adjudged to have fouled Thomas Jewel Nielsen. Copenhagen native, 28-year-old. Just turned 28 a month ago today. Did just enough there to get his body in the way of the speedy Carlton Belmar. Over 190 appearances in the top leagues in Denmark, Norway, and Sweden.
Got two Danish guys on the same team here. They must have a pipeline to Denmark. Bringing, again, like the wood we've used tonight, bringing a lot of experience to the team. Right now, that's the difference in the making decisions, the smart decisions to keep the ball at the right times, to penetrate at the right times. And as I say that, of course, they then go and turn the ball over.
Bit of commentators curse there as Jewel Nielsen just trying to force that one in, and so the Rangers can come away with the ball. Barnathan under heavy pressure. He couldn't keep it in play. Well, he's done it on the offensive end, you know that, Aiden Quinn, but this time the defensive pressure forcing the turnover.
Yeah, and again, like I said earlier in the game, that they are putting pressure on the Rangers' backs, and unfortunately Barnathan couldn't get the ball out there, couldn't maintain possession, and now it goes back to Orange County. And that's just a great job by the offense of Orange County.
This time Carlton Belmar is trying to speed through midfield. There's two speedy guys going up against each other, and Seton is called for the foul.
Yeah, I'd love to see the race between those two, because those two have wheels.
That would be a fun one to watch. Almost caught a glimpse of it there, but Seton just charging in when Belmar had beaten one of his teammates. Watch highlights from every game of the 2018 season and stay up to date with news from across the USL at the league's official Facebook page, facebook.com/USL Soccer. Coming through midfield now is Bjorman for Orange County. And Evoldsen. Owusu Ansah. Again, patient stuff here from the visitors. They lead by a goal to nil. Thanks to Michael Seton, scored just around the 11 or 12 minute mark. Keeping the ball here in Evoldsen. You can hear him screaming, Mark, Mark, trying to get the attention of Mark Segbers.
That was the right idea. It was a good ball. Just unfortunately, the angle of the ball was just too a little bit closer to the keeper, and Segbers was never going to get it. So he said, "I'm not chasing that." But the right idea.
Jidic is invited forward. He accepts the invitation, plays a good ball for Cruz. And now Belmar in a 1v1 situation here, plenty of space. Isolated with Alston, just trying to knock it around him, and look at the wily veteran Kevin Alston just allowing that one to drift back to his goalkeeper.
Yeah, what's that word we've been using all night? Experienced. And that's an experienced defender taking on, I mean, defending against Belmar there. And he just, when Belmar pushed it past him, he just stepped into the path of Belmar, cut off his run, and got to the ball first. Just tremendous defending.
Alston, a 2010 MLS All-Star against Manchester United, making his 7th appearance for this Orange County team after coming over. Spent last season with Orlando City Blue. 2 minutes at a time here in the first half, and we are into that time now. Cruz lofting it forward for Rebellon. Can he keep this in play? Yes, he can, just about. And then a nice deflection. Rebellon charging into the area, just trying to touch it around a defender. And Pineda just getting his toe on the ball there to poke it away from Rebellon at the vital second. But Mar able to step forward and regain possession for the Rangers. Rebellon still down along the far side. Nagamura trying to get his team's attention to play it out of play. Rebellon still down and just outside the opposing area, and finally Jidic does play it out.
Yeah, that's one you were hoping he was going to get up, because we had the possession, but he didn't move, so he probably took a good little knock here.
Well, there's a good second look at that challenge, and maybe a guilty look on the face of Ami Pineda.
Yeah, I'm not so sure that maybe that was a foul. You know, it could have been. It looked like a 50-50, and it looked like they banged shins together, but having watched that replay, maybe there could have been something in that, but we don't have VAR, so we won't be able to go look back at it.
Just on first glance there, it looked like Pineda got a toe to the ball. It was right in front of the referee, Luis Guardia. Nothing was given, and Rebellon able to get up to his feet.
He went on a good run there, got into the box, just unfortunately lost a little control of the ball.
It's back on the pitch now for the Swope Park Rangers, as we see if that time out will be added back on to the 2 minutes of stoppage time here in the first half. Rangers trying to chase a goal here. They could get one before the halftime break. How that might change the team talk.
Get against Seba. Get against Seba. Turn. Forward.
You can hear the orders being instructed by Paulo Nagamura along the touchline. Not a bad guy to give instructions on your first start as a professional. Hernandez into Rad. Orange County looking comfortable in their defensive shape, but Rangers being patient, but they ran out of time here in the first half. 1-0 the score as Orange County take the lead into the halftime break thanks to that man, Michael Seaton. His 5th goal of the season has given the visitors this 1-0 advantage as we head into halftime in Kansas City. Orange County SC 1, Swope Park Rangers 0. We'll be back for all the halftime stats and analysis from Children's Mercy Park. Halftime here in Kansas City, Kansas. Orange County SC leading by a score of 1-0 over the Swope Park Rangers in a battle of top 6 teams in the West. Well, we've seen that this is a little bit of a battle for the Golden Boot as well, as we have Thomas Enevoldsen top of the charts in USL with 10 goals, but Carlton Belmar with 9 goals in 10 games coming into this one. But goal scoring in the USL isn't the only thing Carlton Belmar likes to do. Let's take a look at a little special feature we like to call My Thing.
Photography in general for me is very therapeutic. Anytime I think I've been going through a rough patch or not really in the greatest of moods, photography has kind of been an outlet for me. I'm a city boy at heart, and the big buildings, the lights, and all that kind of stuff are really my favorite things to capture. I think it stems pretty far back from just an art background. My mom was an artist and really liked graffiti and stuff like that, and just decided to pick up a camera one day and try it for myself. I'm a big fan of street photography and catching things in the moment and trying to provoke emotion and what's going around in a city.
Really cool to see some of these soccer players and a bit of their human side off the pitch. Credit to Jordan Burrell, our producer for this game, but also wonderfully produced that little bit of content about Carlton Belmar. Stick with us. It's 1-0 here at halftime, and we'll be back to take a look at all the stats from that first half as Orange County lead at the halftime break at Children's Mercy Park in Kansas City, Kansas.
SportsCenter's top plays. Number 10, Fred. That's Matias Silva. Rocket outside the box for a goal. It's the real Monarchs. Swope Park Rangers.
And number 9 for the United Soccer League. Tampa Bay Rowdies and the Charlotte Independents. 90th minute. Dominic Oduro. Absolute firecracker from outside the box.
Phoenix Rising FC, OKC Energy FC. Solomon Asante. That is a goal. That's a finish.
This is soccer. Fresno and Seattle. That's Jamal Johnson.
San Antonio, Reno 1868. 27th minute, Reno's Jerry Avik. Jerry Van Avik.
Steve have action on Las Vegas Lights and the Swope Park Rangers. It's legal. Juan Kazane, free kick, bangs it. This is a little soccer for St. Louis FC, Phoenix Rising FC. They're going at it. Chris Cortez, the blast, bang.
Sacramento Republic and Fresno FC. This is deep. Frank Tayu over the goalkeeper.
United Soccer League, Indy 11, Nashville SC. And absolute Caraca. United Soccer League, FC Cincinnati, Richmond Kickers. I like that name.
Yep.
Fresno FC, Swope Park Rangers, 32nd minute. Great passing, and then Jamal Johnson back in the onion bag.
Nashville and Penn FC. Nashville look at the give and the go. Lebo Maloto. Bebeto. Maloto.
We're up to 2. More United Soccer League. Jason Johnson.
Be arrested. That's an unbelievable goal.
JJ, the scissor kick.
Tony Sod, holy shnikey, what a firecracker. Look at that thing, that little screwball action. Man, you take it. Of course, the keeper always.
For the Fighting Phils.
Number 1, United Soccer League. That's Cincinnati's goalie, Spencer Ritchie, to Kenny Walker, who puts it in from almost 50 yards. That is silly and saucy.
Fun to look at the top 10 plays from USL this season. Well, it's 1-0 here in Kansas City as Orange County take a Michael Seaton goal into the break, and that is the difference between these two teams. Let's take a look at the standings right now in the USL Western Conference, and Doug McLagan, this one seems to be an important one, just about the halfway point of the season. These two teams separated by just 2 points.
Yeah, it's a huge game. Like I said earlier on in the game, they don't want to lose distance from Real Monarchs because they're starting to pull away. So, you know, even if it comes down to a tie, at least they'll stay in the running for the Swope Park Rangers, but you do not want to lose 3 points here tonight. Of
course, the Rangers aiming for that magical 4th place spot. They don't care about the top 3, Doug. They got 4th place the last 2 seasons, rode that 4th place finish all the way to the USL Cup final. And there's been some big games today here as well in the USL, as a couple of games in the Eastern Conference. Red Bulls 2. That 2-1 win over Bethlehem Steel FC, in Cincinnati with a 2-0 lead over Charlotte Independence at the moment. A couple of other teams in action as well. Toronto FC beating Ottawa Fury in the Canadian Championship, and Louisville City down 2-0 at halftime to Chicago in the U.S. Open Cup. Some good stuff from around the league as well. This past week, Fred McLagan saw some fans voting on the mid-season awards. Those were given out, so go to uslsoccer.com if you want to see that. Also, Hartford Athletic officially joining USL for 2019, and announced just today, Doug, is DC United having an affiliate out in Virginia, as Loudoun United was announced just today.
Wow.
To join the USL season next season. Of course, what a vast array of talent they have over in that area around the DC United area.
Yep, the more teams, the merrier. That would maybe be the 6th or 7th addition to the USL. and that is just fantastic. Just brings more opportunities for the younger kids today.
Really is wonderful to see the expanding going on in the United Soccer League. Of course, adding that D3 division as well. That will be really fun to watch. Here are the stats from the first half, and they don't often get outpossessed on their home pitch. Swope Park Rangers, that's exactly what happened in the first half here.
Yeah, it's been the difference in the game. I think the experience of OC has just been a little bit greater than the Rangers, and they've been able to keep the ball. But what the important thing, when they've kept the ball, they've just been dangerous with the ball. So possession with a purpose.
We'll see if there is some more possession with a purpose for the Rangers in this second half as they look to crawl back from this 1-0 halftime deficit. Patrick Harry in the mood. Who will be in the mood in the second half? 1-0 to score here. We'll be right back for the second half kick. Halftime just about over here at Children's Mercy Park in Kansas City, Kansas. A little bit of rain starting to fall here as well, as Orange County SC leading by a score of 1-0. Joined by Doug McClagan, I'm Carter Augustine. And Doug, let's take a look at what got us here, the first half highlights, and Orange County really starting on the front foot in this game. Here's the opening goal, just 12 minutes in.
And that's the problems they've been causing all day. It's just that penetrating the back four, and this timing of the run was perfect, and that's why the one-up.
Mike Racine was a handful, just about got his second minutes later.
He drilled that, and you can see how hard he hit it because it came off that post and went past him.
Anna Voltson had a tough time getting involved, but you see what the league-leading goal scorer can do. Doesn't need much space.
Yeah, that was really his first thing he did in the game, but it wasn't bad, was it?
Rangers struggling to find shots, just 2 in the first half. There was one from the youngster, Sebastian Cruz, on his first professional start. And also, the other shot was from the other man making his professional start, Jahan Rad, just over there from the corner kick.
Well, it's good to know that the youngsters are not afraid to have a go on goal.
Maybe they'll be asking some of their older teammates to have a few shots towards Luis Lopez's goal. It's been a pretty comfortable first half for Luis Lopez between the sticks for Orange County. We'll see what these two young men, the two 17-year-olds making their first pro starts in midfield, have to offer in this second half as well. We've talked about it. Experience versus youth really has been a theme in this game, but perhaps some of these youthful legs will start to come to the fore as the second half wears on.
Yeah, it could come down to, like you said, both teams played on Saturday, so it might come down to that in the end of which team can last the longest, and maybe the young legs might come and help the Swope Park Rangers tonight.
Of course, Orange County SC forced into a first half substitution as Richard Chaplow had to be withdrawn due to injury. He was replaced by Ami Pineda. Orange County with 7 shots in that first half. Swope Park Rangers trying to break their first losing streak in over a year. They've lost back-to-back games for the first time since last May. And here they are restarting the second half, trailing by a goal to nothing, trying to get back on their stellar home form. Cruz popping it over to the left-hand side with Belmar. Jahan Rad now back with Belmar. Saw his feature on his photography there at halftime. See what type of pictures he can take out on the field here in the second half. As the Rangers just starting with a bit of possession in the opening 30 seconds.
Yeah, I like that. They're moving Orange County from side to side and being patient, and I like that. Take their time to pick their spots. If it's not on, keep the ball, move it around, and wait till it is on. That's a great ball there.
Fantastic diagonal from Jidic. He's found Belmar. Now Hernandez just outside the area. He'll lay it back for Rad. Belmar trying to slide it in behind. The deflected pass back at the feet of Carlton Belmar. To the right-hand side, Rebellon onto the left, and it's deflected. And there's the first big save of the game for Lopez as Blackwood was alert to that deflected shot. And his snapped attempt had plenty of pace behind it, was straight at the Orange County goalkeeper.
Yeah, Rebellon's strike was not very good, but it took a little deflection, came straight to Blackwood. Blackwood hit very, very well, but a good goalkeeping save. In a very good position. It was hard to score from that angle, but there we go. He just created opportunity in the first few minutes, so that's a good sign for the Swope Park Rangers.
There's another one of those big diagonals from Amir Jidic to the feet of Carlton Belmar. That one's out of play. It should be Swope Park Rangers ball. Belmar did try to keep it in play, but it looked like it was defended out of bounds for this throw-in. So I think that's Felipe Hernandez was telling the referee, Luis Guardia. Take another look at it here.
Yeah, well, if it was out, then it looked like it probably was the Swope Park Rangers ball. So Belmar's got a bit of a case there to plead.
So throw-in, allowing Orange County to perhaps break away here if they can find the ball, and they do. It's Evan Voltson now charging into the area on his left foot, tries to go near post, and just not at all close to wrapping that one inside Darren McLeod's near-hand post.
Yeah, unfortunately, Berman's ball, I think Evan Voltson wanted the ball inside. Because it came outside the defender, it pushed him wider and did not give him a very good angle to strike with his left foot there. So I think he wanted the ball to be penetrated inside, which would have given him a chance to run in towards goal, but didn't quite get what he wanted and couldn't finish it.
It's good possession from the Rangers in the early going here, but you can see that the visitors do pose a threat on the counter. It was lightning quick from their defensive half into the attack. It's a sliding challenge from Evan Voltson. Paul Nagamura trying to get things started quickly. And Doug, what would he have said to his team at the halftime team talk?
Well, it seems like he's telling them possess the ball and keep the ball moving from side to side, because there's going to be opportunities in those fullback positions. And it looks like they're patient, they're knocking around, and they're waiting for their opportunities. I think first half, at times they went when they shouldn't have gone, and unfortunately then coughed up possession, and then it breaks down and you've got them running at you, and here it goes right now. You don't want this boy running at you. He's good.
Michael Seaton on the goal, now on the edge of the area. Slides it back, and Segbers takes it first time. Boy, that was a decent opportunity for Orange County.
Yeah, good opportunity. I was hoping, or not hoping, but thinking that Seaton might just go and take him on one-on-one there. He had a good opportunity, but decided to lay it off, and unfortunately Segbers couldn't get a strike off.
So the Rangers, with all the ball they've had in this opening 4 minutes, giving up 2 attacks, 2 dangerous looking ones as well. Belmar just trying to give chase, and can he get away from Alston? He has. Cutting it back, Belmar into the area. Sliding challenge from Alston, had to be spot on, and it was.
Very, very good challenge, but you're right, if that was not spot on, that would have been a PK. And you know, there's what Belmar's got, is that extra little bit of speed. Speed against experience, but that experience caught him up and made a fantastically timed tackle to give a corner kick.
Second corner, sorry, Doug, of the game for the Rangers. Into the near post. Blackwood just couldn't get a flick on. Now Pineda on the edge of the area, popping it over the defender. No, it wasn't over because Cruz just got a vital touch to that one. Here is Cruz now as he advances into the attack. Hernandez one-on-one with Alston. Cruz, space for a cross here, picks it out for Belmar. Tough height for Carlton Belmar there to try and get that one back in play.
Yeah, it was a little bit too deep for Belmar to get to it, but and again, not a bad idea at the far post. He's looking for him, just a little bit too deep for him to wrap his foot around it, but it's a good start, some good energy coming from Swope Park Rangers in the first, few minutes, and creating opportunities. Not clear ones as of yet. Well, Blackwood had one, but I think we're going to see some opportunities. The problem, well, here's an opportunity right there from a weak back pass there from Quinn.
Charging it down was Hernandez. And Lopez, I don't know if he intended that, but he actually found a good ball out to the left-hand side. It's a poor first touch from Owusu-Ansah and gives it back to the Rangers.
Yeah, I think that might have just been one where he was quite happy to get it out of there. And of course it landed at their feet, so it looks good.
Rebellon with a nice little first touch to pop it up past Bierman. A couple of chances there for Blackwood. Couldn't get that in behind for the run of Cruz. Gidge switches the point of attack. Hernandez, plenty of space to run into. Stands it up. Harris lays it off. Excuse me, that was Cruz running in behind Harris. Couldn't tell which was 99 and which was 96, but Cruz laying it off for Harris, and he tries for goal.
It was a good effort by Harris. It just seemed like he was a little bit off balance because the ball came back to him so quickly that he snapped at it and unfortunately couldn't get his body over the ball. But we're seeing opportunities here for Swope Park Rangers. I was just going to say before, the only thing they've got to worry about is the breakaways from Orange County. It looks like Orange County's quite happy to sit back, soak it up, and then go like crazy on the break. Here's a little replay from it. Yeah, it came back to him awkwardly. I think he might have wanted it on his right foot, and it came across his body, so he had to take it with his left. It just came back a little bit too quickly for him. But another opportunity, which is good for the Rangers.
Walker Hume just dribbling into the space. He'll lay it back for Pineda. Olsen again in for Pineda. Owusu-Ansah dancing around the pressure of Blackwood. Bierman wants to return, and it's a wonderful one from Quinn. Bierman charging inside. Finds a ball for Seaton on the edge of the area. Finally hacked clear by Marr. Owusu-Ansah, there's a good ball, stood up to the right-hand side. Segbers now in for Enan Voltson. Finds Seaton with the header. Would have taken a lot from the head to beat Darren McLeod there, but decent attack from Orange County.
Good little patch of play there, and all started by, for me, the man of the game so far, Quinn. He just flicked it over the fullback, and then they're off for a break, and 6 or 7 passes. And yeah, they just got to keep an eye on him because he seems to be the creator of this team, and he's caused some problems for Swope Park today.
Well, he's taking the captain's armband from Richard Chaplow, and as we mentioned, he's played like the captain of the team here this evening. Aiden Quinn, coming over from FC Cincinnati in the offseason. Of course, was a part of that wonderful cup run in the U.S. Open Cup for FC Cincinnati last season. Now Belmar with a chance to create. Takes a deflection, and that could have gone anywhere, but it winds up with Owusu-Ansah. Under some pressure, he plays it out of bounds.
Yeah, so Belmar collected in the gap there, just couldn't penetrate, unfortunately, but had the right idea. Sat in between the gaps of the midfielders and defenders, collected the ball, turned and looked to penetrate, just unfortunately couldn't get it through the gap for the forwards, but Orange County almost made a big mess of it.
Looks like we might be getting the first change of the game for the Swope Park Rangers. The danger man, Haji Berry, being called over to the bench. For the time being, it's Orange County streaking forward. Left-footed cross into Volson in plenty of space, and you can hear the scream from the Danish international. He was in on goal there, but he couldn't take it under his control.
Yeah, he's not happy with himself, but I thought he looked maybe a yard or two offside myself, but yeah, he's not happy with it, because I bet you 9 times out of 10 that's down at his feet and probably in the back of the net.
And the one time is here this evening. You can tell standard for which he expects from himself. Thomas Enevoldsen scored at White Hart Lane in the UEFA Cup. Also Champions League experience. To go along with that World Cup experience, here he is sliding in a little too aggressively for the referee's liking. He scored at White Hart Lane, so Children's Mercy Park.
I love anybody that scores at White Hart Lane. I'm a Chelsea fan, so there you go. He's a hero to me.
There he is. He's gained a fan, Douglas McLagan.
Come on, Mark.
Popped over now. Jidic, he's really played a few of those right to left, raking crossfield passes here in this second half. I think that is to your point, Doug, of Paulo Nagamura telling them to switch the point of attack and move the ball around more in this second half. Rebellon was trying to get into the feet of Blackwood, and it's won back by Orange County. Lopez, who sure is good with the ball at his feet, picked out a good pass there. A foul against Rebellon.
It's going to be a ticky-tacky little foul there, but yeah, I think you're right. Nagamura, I think, must have spotted something that he saw in the first half. Talked to him about it at half-time, and we've seen 5 or 6 big diagonal balls behind the fullbacks. So he's seen something there.
So Wilson Harris is withdrawn. Well, he signed on July 3rd. He was originally a University of Louisville commit, Wilson Harris, but signed with the Swope Park Rangers and made it his 3rd start in the last 4 games, but withdrawn after 56 minutes in favor of Haji Berry. And this should add a little bit of a presence up top, as there's a foul against Carlton Belmar. No, excuse me, against Felipe Hernandez, and he'll go into the referee's pocketbook. Yellow card for Hernandez.
Yeah, so I thought Harris did quite a good job. The problem was, I think, he didn't see the ball enough. You know, partly because of the good defending by Orange County. So, and then you're bringing on a guy that scored 2 goals in the last 3 games, and what do we need? We need a goal. So maybe his combination up front with Belmar and Blackwood, and we get something out of this.
Just the 2nd game he hasn't started this season, Haji Berry, making his 20th appearance now. He's 1st in the team in minutes as well, so rare to see him coming off the bench, but that's what he's going to have to do here this evening. He's got about a half an hour to make a difference. Here he is. His first touch doesn't go well, but his second one sure does, as he charges past a white shirt in midfield and starts his attack for the Rangers. Belmar cutting inside. He'll lay it off for Hernandez, who just a little lackadaisical on the ball, but Belmar gets back onto it. Cruz in for Belmar. Tried to smash it across the 6-yard box. It's deflected out. It'll be a 3rd corner of the game for the Swope Park Rangers.
Oh, great. So immediately, Barry straightened the game, finds Belmar, and we got stuff created and some good opportunities there. So an immediate impact on the game. And, you know, quite honestly, I wasn't sure why he wasn't starting in the first place, but obviously, you know, Nagamura made that decision. But he scored 2 in the last three games, and obviously we need a goal, so perfect decision right now, and immediately makes an impact. Here's another opportunity.
Hernandez whipping it in, and it's spilled by the keeper just wide.
And if that ball would have rolled in the goal, it looks like the referee would have given it.
Well, he's given a corner here, so certainly he would have given the goal. How close was this?
That's a beautiful ball in. That ball is going in towards the keeper, but curling out towards the center forward, and the keeper is diving at people's feet. That's why they get paid a lot of money, because they're crazy. You wouldn't find me diving in there.
Well, watch out, Orange County trying to spring the counter. Just the pace of the ball a little bit too much, and it allows Parker Marr to go over and retrieve. They do look dangerous on the counter, Orange County.
Mikey, you got to play out here for Mont.
It seems like they're almost quite happy to do that now.
Blackwood into some space on the right-hand side. Trying to stand it up for Belmar on the far post. That'll go over him and past Haji Berry.
Well, if you look at their record, Orange County, they've only given up 15 goals, and that's in 19 games. So maybe they've decided here, we'll sit back, we'll one up, we'll protect our lead, and we feel like we can do this for 45 minutes, as well as having opportunities on the break, which they look extremely dangerous. So, yeah, Swope Rangers got to watch them on the break, but that's going to give Swope Rangers an opportunity to get some possession and create some opportunities in front of goal. And all they need is one.
It's locked in along the far side here as we're past an hour played at Children's Mercy Park. Half an hour for the Swope Park Rangers to try and get back into this one. Michael Seaton's goal in the first half, the difference between the two teams at the moment. There's a poor pass from Aiden Quinn. You haven't seen that hardly at all throughout this game. Every Ranger player on the field thought that was a foul. So did the crowd. The one man's opinion that matters is that of the referee, and he said no foul on Aiden Quinn. There's a step over from Barry.
Hold on right there.
But a big tackle, and you hear the praise Aiden Quinn gets from his coach. So he won it back and now tries to spring the attack as well. Seaton into Enan Volson. Displays it out to the right. Segbers one-on-one with Mark. He's waiting for the overlap. Clever layoff for Alston. That's a great cross. Good goalkeeping there from Darren McLeod.
Good hands by the keeper there, but some great ball movement by Orange County again, just bringing in their experienced players, and dangerous ball in there, but great hands by the goalkeeper.
Rangers trying to turn on the pressure here. Barry just using his body. Keep possession here nicely for the Rangers. Wants to 1-2 with Cruz, gets it back. Barry, first time cross! Blackwood misses at the doorstep. Still alive for Belmar.
Haji Berry is causing some problems, isn't he?
Immediate impact off the bench here for Haji Berry. What a cross that was.
Yeah, he's just brought, an opportunity here.
Onto the back post, and it's headed down. Oh, Cruz tried to head it back for Blackwood, and Luis Lopez diving onto it. Two wonderful opportunities for the Rangers. Here's the first from Barry.
That's a great opportunity. They just couldn't get there first. And then the second opportunity, I don't know if Cruz should have been going for goal. Maybe the angle was so bad. He tried to pull it across to face the goal. But here they come again.
Blackwood trying to play it straight for Haji Berry after the Rangers turned the ball over in midfield. And this time just couldn't quite connect. The Triple Bs, Blackwood, Berry, and Belmar, been mainly the attack for the Swope Park Rangers this season, and they've been killer bees at times. Need some of that here in the second half for the Rangers. The high press paying some dividends at the moment. Hernandez just turning back. Barry asked a lot there by Jahan Rads, trying to get on the end of that one. The Rangers doing a good job of not allowing Orange County to get out from their own defensive half. And now they can build from the back again. Belmar just playing it back now with Barnathan. Well, which teams are hitting top gear as the league comes down the stretch in the race for the 2018 USL Cup playoffs? Find out every Monday evening with the USLsoccer.com Power Rankings. These are two teams up towards the top of those power rankings in the Western Conference, at least. The referee just telling Orange County to get things moving here. Dakota Barnathan. Good idea out to the right-hand side. Just couldn't quite get it past the outstretched boot of Mats Bjurman.
So some good signs here for Swope Park Rangers. They're creating opportunities, and the sub, Nagamura, bringing Barry on has been tremendous. He's just brought a little bit extra energy to the team, and his ability to run at players is causing some problems here.
Hernandez in a pocket of space, dribbling around a defender, in for Haji Berry, and that one's just past Blackwood. Still in the area. Rebellon touching it in for Hernandez. Again, you were just talking about it. Haji Berry causing all types of problems, coming in as a sub on this right-hand side.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if that was a shot or a cross. And either way, it caused some major league problems for Orange County.
And some screams of anger from the Orange County bench. They wanted to keep on to that ball, but just trying to play. Segber's in behind. It drifts out of play, so the Rangers again can build, this time from the back.
Obviously, Orange County's sitting back and taking the pressure here, so that the possession is completely changed from the first half. Swope Park Rangers are seeing a lot of the ball. And here's an opportunity. Sorry to interrupt you, but here's an opportunity.
Belmar, look at the pace and strength he has, and he's found Cruz, who ran in a good area in the box. Hernandez, edge of the area. Hernandez shaping up and couldn't keep that one down on frame.
Not the best of shots, but what we're seeing, you know, the experience of Alston at right back has now been opened up because the pace of Carlton Belmar is causing him some problems. So you get the ball in behind there and run with the speed of Belmar and Barry, then they're starting to cause some problems here for Orange County. And here comes another sub for them.
So Mark Segbers is withdrawn, the St. Louis native. 9th overall pick on loan from the New England Revolution. Didn't seem to quite have the same impact in the second half as he did in the first, Mark Segbers. So he's replaced by Gio Godoy here, 23-year-old, making his 12th sub appearance, 16th overall.
I thought Segbers was excellent first half, and it could be more of the approach of Orange County in the second half, being a little bit more defensively minded, but he hasn't seen much of the ball in the second half. But first half, I thought he was terrific.
Some fresh legs on the pitch as well for Coach Braden Cloutier. Nice move inside out from Seaton. Now he's got plenty of space to pick up his head. Dribbling into the area, Seaton around Rebellon, invites the challenge. Nothing given by the referee. Jidic pointing to the ball. Seems the ref agreed. Seaton back now with Quinn. Just trying to find that sub, Gio Godoy. He's been wrong-footed by Carlton Belmar, and now Belmar's found a good ball for Parker Marr. Hernandez sprinting in behind Felipe Hernandez to just slow things down. Trying to play it forward for Parker Marr, who just ran a long way from his left back position. That's an easy one for the Orange County defenders to get onto. It's a heavy pass from Barnathan, but just enough pitch to keep it in play. Rebellon.
Good. Make him go back.
And now Jidic.
Come on, Mike. Come on, Mike.
Well, this is part of a busy July schedule at Children's Mercy Park. Of course, Swope Park Rangers not the only team to play here. Sporting Kansas City, having several games on their MLS schedule. The Tournament of Nations also coming into town. USA versus Japan. The women's team just announced the roster as well today. Carly Lloyd, Alex Morgan, Julie Ertz, Kristen Press, Megan Rapinoe, Amy Rodriguez.
It's not a bad roster, is it?
Just among a few of the names being released today by Jill Ellis, as it's the last tune-up before qualifying for the Women's World Cup. It's an important game here on the 26th, but here come the Rangers. Belmar, a few step-overs, finding Barry. Look how many white shirts are inside their own area. Belmar just trying to get to the byline, and the double tip out for a goal kick. Excellent defending.
Good defending by Austin there. got the better of him.
Just back to that Tournament of Nations game. I think you can still get tickets, Doug. And July 26th, rematch of the last World Cup final between USA and Japan. Really looking forward to that one here at Children's Mercy Park.
That definitely might be one to come out and watch for sure. There's some very, very experienced and classic soccer players coming here, and I don't think I think I might not miss that one.
Want to win tickets to a USL game of your choice? Show off how well you know the league every Tuesday morning in the USLsoccer.com Pick'em contest to have a chance to be the winner. Tough to pick between these two teams here, as it was pretty much all Orange County in the first half, but the Swope Park Rangers certainly have grown into the game as this one has moved on in the second half, haven't they?
Yeah, the game's completely changed, and it's probably because they defend so well. It looks like they feel comfortable just sitting back, soaking in the pressure, and they're confident for 45 minutes they can stop Swope Park Rangers scoring a goal. And then obviously they do have a very potent offense that can break out and cause you problems. But the second half, they've sat back and they've soaked all the pressure, and they've given Swope Park Rangers some opportunities.
There's a 1-2. Godoy, he's found a great ball into Voltson. Plenty of time. He smashes it home and doubles the visitors' lead. Thomas Voltson, his 11th goal of the season. That's tops in the USL. And he made no mistake there for Orange County SC.
Absolutely unbelievable finish, and that's what we're saying. They're quite happy to soak it up, and then they get an opportunity like this. Great penetrating pass, beautiful square pass, and there's a reason he's got 11 goals. That's just a classic finish. A lot of people may have taken that first time and panicked a little bit. He knew he had time. He took a touch and then just tucked it away. That is absolute classic finishing.
Anna Voltson doubles the lead for the visitors. The Rangers in some trouble here, so they'll make another substitution. Sebastian Cruz lasts 71 minutes in his first professional start. He's replaced by number 71, Chase Minter, who can add some energy to this midfield, and we'll have to add a lot of it now because Rangers now trail by 2 goals, just under 20 minutes remaining.
Yeah, you still have 18 minutes. I mean, that's enough time to get those 2 goals, but while they're doing that, they're also going to have to keep an eye on the breakaways, and that's what we just saw them score from. They're just so very good in possession, and possession with a purpose, like we said. Beautiful pass. He set up an easy finish for it. Well, it wasn't easy, but a fairly comfortable one for him to tuck away.
He certainly made it look easy.
Yes, he did.
As you said, just a calm presence in the box there to take his time. Thomas Voltson, until he's been through the ringer, the 30-year-old. His birthday in 9 days as well. Voltson, early birthday present for him and this Orange County SC team. This one, not the greatest of clearances by Luis Lopez. Little hands up in apology, but the ball will come back to the Honduran.
Yeah, it's a rare miss-hit for him. He's been very, very good with his feet, so shocker to see that one.
Very impressive. You can see why LAFC were so keen to sign him in the offseason. Just getting his feet back under him as well after spending so long out with that leg injury. Orange County control of the proceedings right now, and see his speedy legs just getting ahead of him there.
A heavy touch there by Seaton.
The Rangers have a lot of work to do if they want to avoid a 3-game losing streak and back-to-back losses at home after going almost a year without losing 1 game. 5-1-1 this season. That was a 15-game unbeaten streak at home that was snapped by Sacramento Republic last time the Rangers played here at Children's Mercy Park. Rebayon's pass this time just wayward. We talked about this being a big day in the USL as we will head to a hydration break here in the second half. We saw the Eastern Conference games on the slate, but also some cup games for some teams, some big ones. Ottawa Fury hosting Toronto FC, and they lost by 1-0 at home in the first leg there, so a tough one for Ottawa as they hosted Toronto FC. But then Louisville City in the U.S. Open Cup trying to match the run of FC Cincinnati from a year ago, and they trail by 2-0 away at Chicago as we move on to the 73rd minute in that one. Of course, Swope Park Rangers parent club playing in that competition at the moment. Sporting Kansas City on the road in Houston, and give you a spoiler alert warning here to mute us on the stream. In about 5 seconds, I'm going to give you the score. It's not looking pretty for Sporting KC right now. They took a 1-0 lead, but Houston with 3 goals in response. They have a 3-1 lead as that one moves on towards the 80th minute. Looks like Sporting Kansas City may fall in their quest to defend the U.S. Open Cup title.
Ladies and gentlemen, substitution for the Rangers in the 76th
Well, that little hydration break will allow for a substitution here, as well as William Little will come into the game. Just his 5th sub appearance, Will Little, and only 44 minutes played this season. The 20-year-old from the SKC Academy.
Here he's on the ball right away, straight into the game.
He replaced Tyler Blackwood. He's trying to get involved. Here's a drag back attempt from Haji Berry, just smashed clear by Jewel Nielsen. Little getting involved right off the bench. He's found Rebellon, who's trying to pop it up over the back line. Quick feet from Hernandez weren't quick enough to fool Owusu Ansah. And now Quinn just trying to go around Rad, but the 17-year-old stood up well. Rebellon, though, just dawdling on the ball there, perhaps bailed out, and you could tell Quinn was not happy with the foul call there from the referee.
Yeah, he was absolutely bailed out, but I think he clipped his ankle, but it was a foul, but it was a tiny little foul. So yeah, you're right, Quinn was not happy with that, but he did get bailed out, as you said.
Minter now also fresh into the game, sub to sub with Little coming forward. Rebellon, not enough room for that one to stay in, and drifts out of play.
Yeah, I think when Little got the ball, I think he wanted to go one-on-one with a fullback, but when Rebellon made that run, he brought in the extra player, so then he looked to pass it off, and the pass just had a little bit too much weight on it. Maybe he wanted Rebellon to stay away and let him go one-on-one, because I know Little does have a bit of pace, that's for sure.
So all 3 rolls of the die have been cast by Kyle Nagamura as he's trying to chase down this 2-0 deficit. Quinn and Enevoldsen just unable to combine there. We've seen that too many times in this game. Rad just about getting that one out under the watchful eye of Enevoldsen. Here's Berry dropping deep to a bit of space. Marr and Minter now. In for Berry. Good first touch to deaden that ball. Hernandez lining up the shot. Thuds off the seats behind Luis Lopez's goal.
Yeah, he's had a couple shots tonight that just haven't gone well for him, unfortunately. I'm sure he's very disappointed with that. It's kind of a half chance. Yeah. That was going to be a tough one to pull off anyway, but he didn't quite strike it right and floated way over the bar.
Rebellon wins the header. Hernandez can't quite control it, and Owusu Ansah does well to bring it under his control. How about that for an out ball? Here comes Godoy. Oh my, what a finish! Gio Godoy just slams that into the far corner, and Orange County up 3 goals. They look to be cruising towards all 3 points.
Yeah, that was a fantastic finish, but I think it all started from our man, Mr. Quinn, because he played a beautiful ball across the field to him, left him in a 1-1 situation, ran, cut by the fullback, and slotted that into the far post. no chance for the goalkeeper. That is a clinical finish and a clinical ball for Quinn to find him. And unfortunately now Swope Park Rangers are in a very big hole.
Well, he's made a good impression, Gio Godoy, after coming over. He was the 2017 Big West Offensive Player of the Year last season, coming out of UC Irvine, and it's his 3rd goal on the season, mostly coming his playing time on substitutions. So it's been a super sub so far this season for Orange County. He made no mistake with that finish. You rightly said it. That was unstoppable for Darren McLeod.
Yeah, I can imagine it's not easy to get in on this squad. They've got a very, very good squad. But, you know, when he's got in, he's obviously taking his chances, and that was just a beautiful finish. It's always good when you know in the last 10 minutes you can put someone on like that.
Nice lead for Enna Voldsen, and he unselfishly plays it over for Bjorman, who steps around a defender. Dragged the leg, Brebellon takes him out. It's a penalty for Orange County.
Yeah, it looks like, as you said, he dragged his leg in there, caught his foot, and it looks like that'd be penalty. I'd like to see it again, but it looks like that might be a clear penalty. Let's have a look right here. He cuts it. I don't know. I mean, I'm not really sure from that angle, but obviously the referee was in a very, very good position. Yes, his leg got swiped, so yeah, that's a penalty kick, unfortunately. But a great cut there. Great cut inside, and then there's the finish for the goal.
And Aiden Quinn makes no mistake from the penalty spot. He slams it past Darren McLeod. 4-0 for Orange County. They are in full flow here in Kansas City.
Well, that's disappointing for Swope Park Rangers, because you're going to look at that score and you're going to think they were hammered, and they weren't hammered tonight. They did have some opportunities. Unfortunately, didn't put away their opportunities when they had them. And then this is a very, very well-organized, very experienced team. And, you know, they've been clinical in that final third.
Well, this is a nice moment for Joe Amico as he comes on to replace Mats Bjurman. Of course, a note for Mats Bjurman, his incisive pass led to the opening goal in this one in the first half, and that right now is the game-winning goal. But he's replaced by Joe Amico, the SKC Academy product, who's with Swope Park Rangers last season. So he makes the return to Kansas City, and it's a nice moment for him. Didn't get too many games, just a handful of games for the Rangers last season, Joe Amico. With the 23-year-old on for closing time duties for Orange County, as they are up 4-0 here. Really have turned it on its head here in the past couple of minutes. 3 goals in quick succession.
Yeah, and it's like we said, they've sucked it in, they've taken the pressure, and they've been very, very good in transition. And you know, obviously deserved the win here. But 4, I just feel bad for Swope, because 4 sounds really bad. I think they've at times done very well in this second half at keeping possession, switching play, and creating opportunities. Unfortunately, they didn't take the opportunities when they had them, and now they're sitting behind 4 goals.
Such a well-balanced team, this Orange County team, as they came into tonight, tied for 4th in goals scored. Still just the 15 goals allowed, which is good for 3rd in the league, 5th in passing, 4th in fouls committed, so you know that they can get after it on the defensive end as well.
Yeah, Mr. Cloutier has done a very, very good job putting this team together here. And they play good soccer, no question about it.
And credit to them as well, because they've been really hammering the teams that are below them in the conference. Just 0-4-2 against teams above them. So this test against the Swope Park Rangers just right in and around Orange County. And they've shown that you can match with the teams vying for these playoff positions in the West. Well, they'll have a quick return as Carlton Belmar, speaking of quick returns, wasn't ready for that one from Haji Berry, but quick return and chance for revenge here for the Rangers as they head out west on August 4th to play the return fixture against Orange County. And it sounds like a good one, Doug, because it is Soccer and Brews Beer Fest. Over 30 craft breweries will be at that one. So not a bad away trip for a Rangers fan to go out to Orange County and enjoy that brew fest as well.
That sounds a fantastic trip. So are we making it?
Let's book our tickets.
Yeah.
Still 5 minutes and change here in this one, though, and Rangers trying to move forward and cut into this 4-goal deficit. Will Little getting on the ball, and he'll dribble it back now with Dakota Barnathan. Want to get the key talking points from across the USL every week? Tune into the Hat Trick with Kelsey Steele on Monday evenings at the USL's Instagram account to stay in the know on what's what around the league. Good interception here from Hernandez, and he can bear down on goal. Felipe Hernandez over for Belmar, drags it onto the left foot, stands it back now for Rad. Trying to carve space for a shot, takes a deflection. No, it didn't. Out for a goal kick. Thought it took a deflection, but Rad not arguing that call.
Yeah, it didn't look like he got a clean strike on it. Like you say, he's not arguing the call, so it looks like he might have just completely mishit it.
You can see there just the whack of the turf coming up from behind Rad.
Didn't get a hold of it.
There's a poor back pass. And how about the composure from Lopez? Hugely impressive here in his second game for Orange County. Not a bad record as well. A 3-0 win in his first game, 4-0 now up on the road.
Yeah, he's got really good feet, but quite honest, that's like the third bad back pass they've played. So he better have good feet.
Must really trust him back there.
Yeah, no kidding.
It's a good ball for Little to chase into the corner. He's got one defender, Usuansa, arrears of the situation, so he'll drop it back with Rebellon. Back now with Little. Good for the feet of Barry. Does enough to keep on to it. Belmar screaming for it on the edge of the area. Winding up room for a shot, takes a deflection into the grateful arms of Luis Lopez.
Yeah, good effort, but it wasn't going to trouble Lopez, that's for sure, because it went straight at him.
Lopez sidewinder over towards Amico, who hasn't really done much since coming into the game a few minutes ago. Seaton wanting a foul there against Jidic. Looked like he had done well to gain the upper hand in that one-on-one duel.
Jidic did real well, because that boy's a big, strong boy, and he held him off and did very well to win that ball there.
Now Belmar trying to run at defenders again. Just got a toe in, which can allow it to fall to Hernandez. He finds Minter. That's a good ball for Little. Plenty of space in the box. Too many step overs. Little just trying to cut it across there. It's defended out for a throw-in.
Yeah, he did well to get it across the face of the goal, but nobody was in there, so it was an easy clearance there for the center back.
Here's again the quick feet. Minter, edge of the area. His shot blocked. Hernandez until he just wants it on that right foot. Rebellon now in behind Barry, but good idea. Well spotted though by Jewel Nielsen. Oh, not that for a touch from Barry. Minter getting a scream from Little. Putting it onto the penalty spot, into a host of white shirts. Orange County just booting it up the other end of the pitch.
Yeah, got to give Orange County some credit here. In front of goal, you know, 18 to 25 yards out. Anytime Swope Park Rangers guy gets the ball at his feet, there's immediate pressure. And they have opportunities to get shots off, but they're straight in their face immediately. And because of that, they're dishing the ball off and moving it around. And so it's top quality defending by Orange County.
Rebellon now. Rangers switch it from left to right. A little layoff from Minter. Rebellon onto the left, straight down the heart of goal. Had some steam behind that shot.
Yeah, unfortunately went straight at the keeper again. Not going to bother him there, but yeah, some power on that shot. Unfortunately, maybe a couple yards either side, and he maybe could have got a goal there from Swope Park.
Hernandez intercepts that one, trying to drive into Alston, who's upset with the call. He thought he won the ball, but it's a foul for the Rangers. chance to maybe pile some bodies forward here in the later stages of this one.
Saying to the referee, "Are you kidding me?" The guy ran into me, he's saying.
Still
he's still saying it, yeah. Come on, ref.
So they'll have some defending to do, Alston and crew, as Minter whips us in towards the back post. How about that for a punch there from Lopez against Dakota Barnathan?
Yeah, he did well. I thought he was going to come and claim that with 2 hands, but then got under pressure and did very well to punch it away. Yeah, if he would have gone with 2 hands there, he may probably have dropped it or not got both hands on it. So he did well to punch that away.
Yeah, just taking no chances there. Minter ensuing corner. It's a good one. Edge of the area for Rad, and his shot is blocked away. As we move on into the 2 minutes of added time here in the second half.
Yeah, this time I think he did hit it clean. Unfortunately, somebody got in the way and deflected it for a corner kick. They've had some opportunities to get on the scoreboard. Unfortunately, it's just not breaking their way.
Maybe a clash of the heads here on that corner as Jidic, it looks like, can't quite tell, Owusu Ansah, I believe, is the man down. A couple of big bodies there colliding on that corner kick situation. Hope it's nothing too serious. So we are just seeing the last seconds out of this Western Conference encounter. Take a little look at this on the corner kick. Not really a clash of the heads, just maybe an awkward header for Owusu Ansah.
Yeah, do you see anything there?
Well, he's off the pitch now, so they have to defend with 10 men, do Orange County. Corner to the far side. Barnathan takes a touch off his head. Hernandez keeps it in play. Around the defender, Hernandez. Into the box. Wonderful tackle. Walker Hume. And, well, Gio Godoy won't be too upset. Hume trying to start the break, but Orange County very comfortable in this one. 4-0 up as they are seeing out the final seconds. Hernandez trying to play it over to Belmar. Amico was there. Now Seaton giving a lonely chase. Still efforting here at the final stages of this one. As Jidic carries it past the midway stripe. Amir Jidic for Berry. Turn. Trying to lose his defender, Haji Berry. Wonderful footwork from Haji Berry. Might as well have a go. It's blocked away.
Well, not indeed. That was tremendous footwork there.
Hernandez looking for the run of Belmar, but again, that man, he hasn't really put a foot wrong. Oh, I should say he put a foot wrong once, I think.
He made one little mistake, yeah. But no, he's been solid tonight, very solid. When called upon, he's been good.
Amico in for his teammate, Kaneda. And that will do it. Orange County SC with a 4-0 emphatic victory here over the Swope Park Rangers. And they'll gain 3 more points to move up the charts in the Western Conference. Fantastic away performance from Orange County here this evening.
Yeah, very well organized, very well disciplined, and very, very dangerous on the break. And some quality players, no question. The player for me tonight was Quinn. Absolutely started everything. And then he had some other players that finished it too.
Yeah, you wouldn't be surprised if that man wound up on a second consecutive team of the week, as Aiden Quinn was sensational. He got a goal from the penalty spot, probably got at least an assist or 2 as well. He was all over the place in the center of the park for Orange County as they won away 4-0 victors here at Children's Mercy Park in Kansas City, Kansas. That's the final score. Orange County beating Swope Park Rangers. Stick with us as we'll be back for the final stats and highlights from this one.
Thanks everyone for coming tonight.
Full time here at Children's Mercy Park, Orange County SC. 4-0 winners over the Swope Park Rangers. Let's take a look at the full-time stats and what tells the tale in this one, as in the end, the Rangers got some shots to up their shot count towards the end of the game and a little bit of possession as well, but Orange County were fantastic here this evening.
Yeah, they really were, and I think the possession, like we said, second half, Orange County allowed Swope Park Rangers to have possession, so I think that's a little bit false. We went by the first half. I think they were, 7 or 8% higher than Swope Park Rangers, so that's a little false there. And like you say, the shots at the end evened it up, but it was a class performance by Orange County.
They're 4-0 winners here this evening as they move on to 36 points in the Western Conference. Tough one for the Rangers as they drop their 3rd in a row. But thank you for tuning in this evening for our all-star crew led by Jordan Burrell, Jason Riley. Fantastic camera work as well. Your winner. For Doug McLagan, I'm Carter Augustine. Thank you. As Orange County 4-0 full-time score over the Swope Park Rangers.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League may not be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent of the United Soccer League.